We're at the serene Mittry Lake in Arizona, and today we're going to be doing a slow, intermediate level mat class. We're going to focus on deepening your two-way stretch while keeping your center engaged. I will be using a traditional Pilates mat, but you don't need to have it. You can also use a carpet or a yoga mat, but I would suggest adding a blanket on top or underneath to protect your spine on the rolling exercises. We're also going to use a theraband. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can use a beach or bath towel and just fold it a couple times into the band shape. Let's get started. Come lying down on your mat, legs glued together and straight, reach your arms long back behind you. Take a nice inhale and let your back arch, let your shoulders lift like you're taking a big yawn. Exhale, sink the belly down into the mat and slide your shoulders down your back. Let's do that again. Inhale, stretch in two different directions, not worrying about your center. Exhale, keep the two-way stretch, but find your center. And again, inhale, reach, let the back arch, let the shoulders lift. Exhale, keep reaching out your limbs, but sink the ribs and the abdominals down to the mat. Hold on to your abdominals for the 100. Lift your arms, head, and legs up at the same time. Arms to your sides, legs to the ceiling, and pump. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower your legs about 4 inches and keep breathing through your nose and vigorously pumping your arms, holding on to your center. Lower your legs to about a 45-degree angle, finding a two-way stretch in your body. As long as you're staying into your center, it's not going into your back. Lower down another 4 inches. How long can you grow even though you're going lower and it's harder? And again, down 4 more inches, just hovering above the mat. The lower your legs go, the more length I want you to find in opposite directions. Lift your arms up to the ceiling and reach in 2 directions as you lower everything to the mat. The roll up. If you have a foot strap, come on up and get it. Either way, everybody should have straight legs glued together and flexed feet. Reach your arms long back behind you with your shoulders connected to your back. Lift your arms up to the ceiling, curl your head up, look into your belly, round up and over your thighs. 3 little stretches to go deeper. 3, further 2, further 1. Round back and stop halfway. Point your tailbone to your heels. Zip the abdominals in and up your spine and slowly lengthen your spine long on your mat. Head last, arms reach back. Go again. Arms up, head up, peel your spine off the mat. 3 little reaches forward, pulling the belly back as you reach forward. Round back halfway. Really try to dig your heels in the mat, reach your tailbone to your heels, and then find space between each vertebra as you slowly lower your spine to the mat. Let's go faster. Inhale up, exhale round forward. Reach 3, 2, 1. Inhale, round back. Exhale, find that stretch along the mat straight away. Long arms reach back. And again, inhale, round up. Exhale, reach forward. Keep your feet flexed and really glue your heels down into the mat. Keep your heels reaching forward. Try not to let them slide back and shorten into you as you roll down. Last time. Round up. 3 reaches, pulling the belly back away from your feet. And your abdominals is what helps lengthen your spine out long on the mat. Single leg circles. You're going to get your band or your towel. Slip your right foot out from underneath the strap. Put your band over the ball of your foot just with the tips of your toes sticking out. Get a good grip on your band and bend your elbows down into the mat. Press your shoulders into the mat too. You're going to bend your knee into your chest and then stretch up and reach your heel up to the ceiling. Again, bend in. Feel the stretch up the back of the leg through the heel, foot flexed. One more time. Heel up, sink your belly down, and we're going to push the ball of your foot into the band and flex it back. Reach into the band, long toes, and then flex, reach out your heel. One more time. And then we're going to circle the foot in the ankle joint 3 times, one way. Try to keep everything else still. And then reverse your circle, other direction. Long leg reaching up to the ceiling. Make sure your kneecap isn't rotating from side to side. Last one, and then flex your foot. put both sides of your band or towel in your opposite hand to leg. Cross your leg over, line your foot up with your shoulder, and then put the other hand on your hip and reach that raised leg hip away from your rib cage to keep the hips square. Change hands and line your foot up with the same shoulder as leg. Put your other hand on your hip and encourage that hip down into the mat, making sure the hips aren't rocking over to the raised leg side. Bring your leg back to the center, hold on with two hands again, elbows down to the mat, reach your foot long up into the band. Cross your leg over to the opposite shoulder, circle down and around to the same shoulder as leg, and then stop in the center over your hips. Go again. Feel the muscles in the back of the leg pushing into the band and your belly pulling in and up, keeping square hips. 3 times faster. Circle around and stop. Keep moving. Make sure everything on the mat is staying still and stretching long out the bottom heel and out the top of your head. Reverse away from your center, slowly circle around and then stop in the center. Again slow. Pulling the abdominals in and up away from your foot. Fast. And we go around and stop. 2 more. Work for your square hips and stability in your pelvis. Last one. Bend your knee into your chest. You're going to change feet. Put the strap over the ball of your foot, tips of your toes sticking out, and make sure the bottom leg is long, straight, and your foot is flexed back. Bend your elbows down into your sides, shoulders in the mat, and we bend and stretch the leg. Bend your knee into your chest. As you stretch, reach up through your heel. Again, bend it in. As you stretch, work for square hips. Last time. Stretch. Reach the ball of your foot into the band, long toes, and flex it back. 2 more times. Check your abdominals are pulled in and up your spine, your collarbones are open wide. And then you circle the foot 3 times in the ankle joint, each direction. Check that the bottom leg is long, the foot is flexed, and you're pulling your abdominals away from that bottom leg to find your 2-way stretch. And then you flex your foot back, hold the band with the opposite hand to leg, pull that elbow down to the mat, cross your leg over your body, and use the other hand to help reach the raised leg hip forward to square your hips. Then change hands to the other side, take the leg to the same shoulder as leg. Hand on top of your hip to help stabilize the pelvis, no rocking around. Leg circles, band in both hands, reach the foot up into the band, slow circle, cross over, scoop down around, and stop at your nose. 1 more slow one, working to feel the muscles push into your band and pull the belly in and up. 3 fast. 3, and 2, and 1. 2 slow circles the other direction. Work for your square hips and your 2-way stretch in your body along the mat. 3 fast, and we go away, around, and up. Away, around, and up. Last time. And then bend your knee into your chest, get rid of your band, and come on up to sit for rolling like a ball. Feet together, knees apart, hold the backs of your thighs today and lift your feet up and find your balance sitting behind your tailbone. Round into a good C curve with your spine. Feel your thighs push into your hands and your belly pull way back away from your thighs. Then see if you can move your hands to the fronts of your ankles without losing the space you found between your belly and your thighs. Rock back to your shoulders. And then rock back up and find your balance sitting behind your tailbone, keeping your C-curve. Keep rocking back and forth with control. Your 2-way stretch here is between your belly and your thighs. Whether you're rocking back or rocking forward, I want your belly to be pulling away from the legs and your legs to be reaching forward into your hands. That opposition is what's going to give you control in rolling like a ball. Last time, this time come up and find your balance, keep your feet off the ground. Move your left hand over to your right knee. Extend the left leg long up into a high diagonal. Keep pulling your belly back away from your thigh in the 2-way stretch and roll down into the mat with control for single leg stretch. Pull the right leg into your chest twice, change to the other side. Pull the left leg in twice and switch. Feel the long straight leg finding the 2-way stretch from your leg to your belly. Let's go faster and we go pull, pull, switch, pull, pull, switch. Keep moving. Even though you're going fast, find the 2-way stretch in your body. Hug both your legs in, double leg stretch. Inhale, reach the arms and legs out in opposite directions. Exhale, circle the arms around the sides, bend your knees, and exhale, hug the legs in. Inhale, reach out into your two-way stretch. Make sure your arms and legs aren't lower than 45 degrees. Exhale, hug into your little ball. We go fast. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug. Find the two-way stretch. Grow long in opposite directions. And then pull the belly down into the mat. Rest your head down. If there's any tension in your neck, just roll your head from side to side to release it. Scissors. You're going to curl your head back up. Two long legs up to the ceiling. Hold the right ankle and lower the left leg to 45 degrees. Pull your leg into your chest twice. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Think of the two-way stretch you found in rolling like a ball. So your leg is pushing into your hands and your belly's pulling away from your thigh. Faster. Pull, pull, switch. Pull, pull, switch. Even though you're fast, find your two-way stretch. Lower lift. Legs up to the ceiling, hands behind your head, elbows wide. Slowly reach the legs long forward and pull your belly back in a two-way stretch, and then quickly lift the legs back up. The legs go as low as you can stay into your center and not let it go into your back. Quickly up. We go faster. Down. 3, 2, 1. Lift in 1. And down. 3, 2, 1. Lift in 1. And use your hands to help pull your head out of your neck. Bend your knees and rest your head, and again, stretch out the neck if you need to. Last one in the abdominal series, crisscross. Curl your head up, hands behind your head, elbows wide, twist opposite shoulder to knee. Extend the other leg long. 3 attempts to curl higher up and twist further into the crisscross. Then come up through the center with your head to twist to the other side. 3 attempts to go deeper into the twist. Lift the head up and look into your belly to change. The middle part is just as important. Don't let your head fall down in the middle. Stay into your center. We're going to go faster. And 3, 2, 1, change. And 3, 2, 1, change. Find your two-way stretch. Think about the long leg reaching away from your center. Even yourself off. And then hug your legs into your chest, rested down. Rock up to sit for spine stretch forward. 2 straight legs open as wide as your mat. Flex your feet back and reach your fingers to the mat between your legs. Inhale, pull your tailbone down to the mat and lift your spine up away from your tailbone. Exhale, round forward, and today stay forward here for another breath. Inhale, and on your exhales, try to reach a little further into your stretch. Inhale, roll back up so tall. Exhale, round forward and stay forward. Inhale, lift your belly, drop your head. Exhale, reach further for 3, further 2, further 1. Inhale, roll up, tailbone down, the rest of your spine up. Exhale, round forward. Inhale, flex the feet well. Exhale, pull the belly in to push the air out. Keep it moving. There's an easy two-way stretch here, reaching out through your heels and pulling your belly back away from it. The harder two-way stretch is feeling your tailbone and the backs of your thighs pushing down into your mat and your belly lifting your spine up away from your thighs. Roll back up and sit tall to finish. You're going to get your band again for the corkscrew. Legs together, lie down flat in your back. Bend both your knees into your chest and place the band over the balls of your feet with your toes sticking out. Stretch your legs up, pull the elbows down in the mat, and we bend and stretch 3 times. Bend, reach up through the heels. And bend, find the stretch in the backs of your legs. Last one. Stay up, reach the balls of your foot into your band, and we're going to rock your hips over to the side, lining your feet up with your right shoulder. And then rock it over to the side, line it up with your left shoulder. Rock from side to side a few times. I want you to focus on keeping your shoulders in the mat and your elbows in the mat. The waist is twisting, and you'll feel one hip lift off the mat as you go to the other side. We're going to circle, so on the next one, go over to the side, scoop down and around in your circle, and then stop at your nose. Reverse, other way. Down, around, and stop, feet over hips. Keep moving. Think of your two-way stretch, so the backs of your thighs are pushing into your band, so your belly can pull away from your thighs into your mat. The legs only go as low as they can in the circle that you can keep your center engaged and not arch your back. At the same time, make sure you keep checking that your shoulders aren't rocking from side to side. Your collarbones are wide and the backs of your shoulders are glued to your mat. Make sure the heels are glued together and the legs stay the same length. Even yourself off and then bend your knees into your chest. Get rid of the band, come on up to sit for the saw. Straight legs a little wider than your mat, flex your feet back, sit tall, arms out to the side. Twist your ribs around to the right leg. Round over and place your opposite hand on the outside of your leg. Use that arm to help twist your body around further. Then extend the arm straight and saw off your toe 3 times. 3, 2, 1. Roll back up to sit and come back to the center. Twist around to the left side. Round over, place your hand on the outside of the leg. Bend the elbow to twist further. Extend the arm, saw, 3, 2, 1. Roll back up, come to the center. Twist to the other side, round over. Grab the outside of the leg, lift the belly up and twist deeper into the stretch. Extend the arm and saw for 3, for 2, for 1. Roll back up, sitting tall, tailbone down, lift the waist up to twist. Round over. Go deeper into the twist. Make sure your hips aren't twisting with you. Extend the arm and saw 3, 2, 1. Roll back up, tailbone down, zip the belly in and up, and other side. The legs should not be shifting along the mat. You're working to twist in your waist, stabilizing the pelvis down into the mat. After you've sawed your toe off, roll back up, center, other side. Press your butt down, your sit bones down, but your belly lifts up away from the thigh. Saw 3 times. 3, and 2, and 1. Use your abdominals to lift the spine back up. Legs together, flip over onto your belly for swan. Come to the other end of the mat with either your hands directly underneath your shoulders, or if you have handles, hold on to the handles. Either way, elbows into your sides. Find your 2-way stretch in your spine and the lift in your center, and then relax the belly down to the mat. Again, point the tailbone down to the heels and then grow out the top of your head, lifting the belly up, and then relax the belly back down. On this third one, I want you to find your 2-way stretch, legs glued together tight, belly lifted, to lift up into the swan, growing out the top of your head. And then lower back down to the mat with control, keeping the 2-way stretch. Lift your back from the abdominals, growing out the top of your head. Like there's a string coming out your head, and I'm pulling the string forward as you lower back down. The legs are just as active in this 2-way stretch. So as that string pulls your head and chest up and away, feel the legs and the seat reaching long in the opposite direction. The 2-way stretch finds your length, and your abdominals pull in and up to make sure you don't dump in your lower back. Last time. Lift, lengthen, long neck to lower back down, and then push yourself back into a rest pose. Sit on your heels, round your spine over, 2 long arms, and the palms of your hands pressing in the mat. Your tailbone reaches down to your heels, but your belly is lifting up off your thighs. And just breathe into the stretch, opening out your lower back. Single leg kicks. Come forward, prop up on your forearms and make fists in your hands. 2 long legs behind you glued together. Push down in the arms to lift your belly in and up like your swan. Then reach your right leg out really long to lift it just barely off the mat. Bend your knee and kick your seat 3 times. Stretch the leg out long to lower it down. Other side. Reach out, lift the thigh up and bend. Kick your seat 3 times. And then stretch the leg back long to lower it down. Keep alternating legs. You're trying to get that knee just barely off the mat. You'll feel the back of your thigh, your hamstring activate as you do this. Now, the real trick is that as you're lifting that leg up and kicking your seat, your belly will want to drop down into the mat. Don't let this happen. Make sure you're pulling your abdominal muscles in and up as you kick your seat. Even yourself off with your kicks, and then push yourself back into a rest pose again. Round your spine and breathe into the stretch. Every exhale, you're going to work to round the C curve more and lift the belly off the thighs. Side leg kicks. You're going to come lying with your side along the back edge of the mat. Lengthen your spine out long and then 2 straight legs coming to the other end of the mat. Top arm goes in front of your belly for support. Ideally, the bottom hand props your head up. Flex your bottom foot, lengthen the top foot, and reach it away to lift up hip height. Go out your head. We go front, add a kick, back, add a kick. Front, add a kick, back, add a kick. As the leg swings back and forth, I want you to make sure you're working for stability, staying hip over hip, shoulder over shoulder, and finding your 2-way stretch. Last time. And then end leg over leg, lower the leg and take a little break. Find your 2-way stretch again to reach the leg out and up. Bicycle, swing the leg to the back. Bend your knee, take your foot to your seat. Then pull your knee in towards your chest and extend your leg long in front of you. Swing it all the way behind you. Pull your abdominals in. Don't arch your back as you bend your knee. Bend your knee into your chest and extend the leg long. 3 times faster and swing it back. Bend into your chest and extend. Keep moving. The tricky part is when you go to the back. Try to get that leg way behind you to feel the stretch in your thigh without losing your center. Leg over leg, let's reverse. Swing it to the front. Bend your knee into your chest. Take that thigh behind you and then extend the leg out to straight. Swing it to the front. Bend your knee in. As you take the thigh back, feel like you're tucking your tailbone underneath just to keep your long lower back. Faster, swing it front, bend it in, take it back and extend. And a front, bend it in, take it back and extend. One more time, pull abdominals in and up. Finish leg over leg, lower it down, and then roll onto your belly to roll over to the other side. Make sure your feet are in front of your body to the other side of the mat, ideally propping up on the underneath hand. Flex the bottom foot, lengthen the top one into a 2-way stretch to go front and back. Front, kick, and a back. Kick, keep it swinging. Make sure the bottom leg is active. You're flexing the bottom foot and pressing that bottom leg into the mat. And then zipping your abdominals in and up in opposition. Even use your hand to help pull your head and neck out of your chest. Finish leg over leg, take a little rest before bicycle. 2-way stretch the leg out of your hip socket to swing it behind you. Keep the thigh back there as you bend your knee, take your foot to your seat. Then pull your knee into the chest, extend the leg out in front of you. Swing it to the back. Keep the thigh behind you as you bend your leg. Knee into your chest and extend really long. Faster, swing it back, bend it into your chest and extend. Working for your 2-way stretch and your long lower back. Last one. Leg over leg, reverse. Swing your leg to the front. Bend your knee into your chest. Take the thigh behind you, keeping your bent leg, and then extend it long behind you. Swing the leg to the front. Bend your knee. As the thigh goes back, pull abdominals in and up and tuck your tailbone underneath to keep your long lower back as you extend. Faster. Swing it to the front. Bend it in. Take it back and extend. And a front and a bend. Take it back and extend. One more time, working for stability in your center. Finish leg over leg to lower it back down. Come up onto all fours, and we're going to do a preparation for the leg pull down. Hands underneath your shoulders, feet and knees together. Tuck your toes to lift up into a plank position and find your 2-way stretch. Long line from your heels to the top of your head. Try to leave your head where it is as you rock back like you flexing your feet reach through your heels. And then rock the weight forward, heels over your toes again. You're going to rock back and forth nice and slow with control. Remember to keep aiming to leave your head behind so that as you rock back, your abdominals are pulling your spine forward and you're growing out the crown of your head. Last time. And then lower your knees back down, sit back, and circle your wrists just to give them a little break. And then we turn around for the preparation for the leg pull up. Legs together, take your hands behind you, point your fingers towards your hips. You're going to curl the tailbone underneath, pull the abdominals in to lift your hips up. You're making a straight line from your toes up to your shoulders. The neck is lifted straight up, so you're looking in front of you. Don't look up to the sky. Take a little rest here, circle the wrists, give them a break. If you do have any wrist issues, you might want to try this position with your hands out to the side instead. Draw your shoulders down your back, curl the tailbone underneath to lift up. Feel the tailbone reach to your feet, all your toes are in the mat, abdominals zipping in and up with your chest open wide. And then lower yourself back down, take a little break, again, circle the wrists if you need to. We're going to do this one more time, whichever hand position works best for you. And lift up, find that two-way stretch in your body. And remember to breathe. We're always breathing through the nose and get longer on your exhale. Lower back down. Turn to face the front of the mat for Mermaid. Bend your legs underneath you. Try to stack knee over knee, foot over foot. And then slide the top leg out only as far as you need to try and get square hips. Hug your legs in with the one arm, the other arm up to the ceiling. Make sure your shoulder connects down your back and then pull your arm as close to your head as you can get it. Tailbone down, lift the waist up to lean over your legs into a side bend. Zip the abdominals in and up to go further. In and up to go further. And one more time, further. Lift up, arms to a T. We go to the other side. Put your hand down, slide it away to lower your elbow to the mat and reach into the side bend. Here we're going to hold for 3 breaths, still keeping the top leg hip pulling down into the mat. And then push up into the T position and we go over to the other side. Lift in and up to reach over. 3 attempts to lift longer and go lower. And then lift back up into the T. Other side. Keep the hips down as you slide into the side bend. 3 breaths, pulling the abdominals in and up as you breathe through your nose. Push up in one piece to your T. Up and over to the other side. It's not just about going down in the side bend. It's more about finding lift and length in your lower back. Lift up in one piece to the T. And one more time. Over to the side. Press your sit bones down to the mat and then draw your waist away from your hips. Come back up into the T. You're going to take your hands behind you, extend your legs to the front into a teaser, extend the arms parallel to the legs, make sure you're tucking your tailbone underneath and pulling your waist away from your thighs. Take the legs to the other side and set up for the mermaid. Remember, slide the leg out only as low as you need to keep your hips square. Hug your legs in with the one arm, other arm up to the ceiling. Find your shoulder onto your back, and then get the arm as close to your head as you can. Lift up to reach over the legs into your side bend. Reach further 3, longer for 2, and last attempt to go further 1. Come up to the T in one piece. And over to the other side. Slide the fingers out, elbow down, and breathe. 3 breaths to go deeper in the stretch. Make sure your hips are facing straight forward and you're pulling both sit bones down towards the mat. Push up and over to the other side. Lift the waist to reach. 3 attempts to go longer as you go lower. Find your two-way stretch. And other side. Press down with your seat to reach into the side bend. Even the underneath side of your body's trying to get long. Up. One more time each way. Reach over. 3 attempts to get longer. Remember that string coming out the top of your head? Pull it out to lengthen the spine. Lift up. Last one to the other side. 3 breaths here. Making your waist long, making your lower back long. You're going to lift up in one piece. Take your hands behind you to lift the legs up into the teaser again. Extend the arms, curl the tailbone underneath you. You're sitting behind your tailbone, pulling the abdominals in. Find your mermaid legs again, and then come up on your knees for the front splits. This exercise is traditionally done on the reformer. We're going to do a version of it on the mat. Step your right leg forward and square off your hips. Lift your waist and lean forward, hands to the ground. Walk the front foot forward until you are knee over ankle, so you can really push your hips into the stretch. Then pull back with the front leg hip to straighten out your front leg. Stick your tailbone out, lengthen your lower back long. Bend the front leg and come forward, feel the stretch in the front of your thigh. Again, pull back with the front leg hip to keep your hips square. And then bend the front leg to push both your hips forward. Keep it moving. As you go back, make sure all 5 toes stay on the mat. No rolling to your little toes. As you come forward, make sure your knees stay centered over your ankle, all 5 toes on the mat again. It's alright if you don't make it back to a straight leg, but I want you to make sure your lower back stays long and lengthened the whole time, whichever position you are in. Pull abdominals in and up. Hands on the front knee, lift your chest up, but keep your hips committed in the stretch. Arms out in front of you, and then lift them to the ceiling. Lift your waist to take a little back bend, lifting the chest to the ceiling without dropping your head. Lifting your waist in and up to lower your hands back down to the mat, and change your legs. Step the other leg forward, and first work to square your hips off. Then lift your waist up, and lean forward, hands to the mat. Walk the foot forward until you are knee over ankle. Pull back with the front leg hip to straighten your leg. Bend, push the pelvis forward into the stretch. Again, pull back, zip the abdominals in and up, keeping your lower back long and straight. Bend, make sure both of your hips are pushing forward evenly. Pull back, check the alignment of the front leg, no rolling to the little toes. Bend your knee, hips forward, lift your waist in and up your spine. Keep moving back and forth. Remember, your focus is to find your long lower back. One more time. Pull back into the stretch. Zip your abdominals in and up to come forward again. Hips down, hands on your knees to lift your waist up. Extend the arms in front of your shoulders, lift your waist to lift your arms, and then lift your chest up to the sky, keeping the hips committed to the stretch. Breathe, and lift your waist to lower the arms back down. Come on up to standing. You're going to get your band again. Stand behind your mat with your heels together and measure a fist distance between your toes. Hold your band nice and wide, and lift the band up overhead. You're going to reach the arms behind you and lower them down as low as you can without letting your center go. Then lift your arms back up and finish just in front of your head. Again, up and behind you as low as you can go. And lift from your waist to lift the arms. Good, keep moving back and forth. You want to make sure the band is stretching the front of your chest. You're not trying to stretch your band. It's easy for the ribs to flare open when the arms go behind you. So remember what it felt like to have your mat behind you and to pull your abdominals and your ribs into the mat? Find your center in that way here too. On the next one, I want you to lower down to where you feel the best stretch. For some people it's higher up, for some people it's lower down. Breathe through your nose and stand tall. Lift your arms up and over your head again. Stay tall for the rest of your day. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so we can keep doing Pilates together. I'll also leave a link below in the description for my mailing list so you can receive weekly tips and encouragement along the way for your Pilates practice. I'll see you next time on your mat.